Hello, it's vlog time again. A day late, but that's because of the weekend and I wanted to get stuff done yesterday. It's now Tuesday the 23rd of April. So yeah, we'll get the negatives out of the way first. Nothing serious really. Well, one potentially serious, but that one was okay in the end. D&G, Domestic and General. I have a policy with them for my washing machine. Because even though I could get a washing machine next payday sort of thing, if it went, we'd be buggered. Things like the cooker, we can work on reduced rings, buy a new ring for much less than a policy would cost on the whole. But the washing machine, we need one quick if it happens. So, and I've checked on the website. All my preferences are do not contact me for offers or news, don't. And yet they still do it. Or at least they have done. The last time I was actually cycling in on the bike to work and missed call. I ignored it because I always do when I'm cycling in unless I recognise the number and I know it's one of my family. So I ignored it. I wear my headphones, bone conducting headphones, so my ears are clear. And I'm thinking, why are they ignoring my preferences? So I emailed them. And they said, "Oh well, you'll have to ring up for this." And no, I won't ring up. If you call again, I will cancel my policy. That's what I said in the email. So they haven't called again since. But if they do, I'm going to threaten. I'm going to see what happens. If they say okay, fair enough, then I'll cancel it. But I'll just keep money back just in case. But no, I've said no offers, no calls, nothing. I've got what I want. I've got what I need. I don't want anything else. Stop bothering me. Anyway, on to the next one. One of our kittens, Eddie. You might hear him today because he seems to be in a talkative mood at the moment. He went missing one day. They've only been going out this month, basically, since the clocks went forward. They're a year and a month old. Eddie went missing and we were all worried sick. My youngest son, posted in a group, a local lost and found group, that he was missing, posted a photograph, said what he was wearing, the blue collar wearing, that's it, just a collar. Within about 2 hours he was home. So, well, it was actually less than an hour. No, it was just after midnight he came home, meowing outside the front door. I still think to this day that he was in somebody's house, and then when that person saw this, oh, let him out, gotta let him out, they're worried about him. So yeah, because he's been out many times since, and he's always close by. He don't stray much. So yeah, that's a good thing. Now this one is to do with work, and something happened which had me seriously concerned about my mental health. Now I know I always joke about sanity is overrated and all that shit, but no, this one. If I give you a little bit of background, when you're approaching Shrewsbury, you come to there's a signal. This signal can be yellow or green. It can't be red. It can be yellow or green. The first signal in a section, in this particular case, it's an absolute block section, which means it's mostly semaphore flag lights. Flag signals, I should say. But the first two are colour lights. The first one is can be yellow or green. Then you get a warning, which actually you have to cancel. It's a horn. It sets a horn off in the cab for the upcoming 30-mile-an-hour reduction in speed. There's a bridge, and then just behind that bridge is the next signal, which is a colour light signal. It can be red, yellow, or green. Right. So I come round that curve. The signal, whatever that first signal was, I can't remember. Still to this day, I can't remember. Cancels the warning for the 30, and then I see, and that's Eddie. Then I see the next signal come through this bridge. It's red. I'm in a DVT, which means I'm being pushed by a loco 5 coaches back. I'm in a DVT, which is an unpowered trailer with driving controls. Slap the brakes into emergency. As I'm slowing down then, the TPWS system is flashing red. Brake demand for overspeed. I'm going too fast approaching this signal. No shit, Sherlock. On this sort of thing, I thought, no, I got to phone the signaller because I've had a TPWS brake demand against a red. As I'm coming to a stop, the signal goes yellow, green. And I stopped about 100 meters before the signal. So now the TPWS will go off when you're doing more than 40 miles an hour at a certain distance from the signal. I'd already put the brakes in. So one thing in my favour there was it was a brake application, not a brake intervention. There's a difference when it comes to an investigation. Now, I knew this was going to have to be investigated. Phoned the signaller. He said, oh, yeah, well, I have had a problem. I did have to replace the signal. Now, I still could not remember whether that pass signal was yellow or green. So, and anyway, you shouldn't have been stopped there. There was no reason to stop you. And you're okay to continue as long as you feel okay up to it. Now, with the TPWS against the red, you're normally straight off trains, drug screened, med screened, and all sorts. Carry on going. So I believe I'm in the clear, but there's always that doubt. I got to Shrewsbury then, and I'm eating, and I'm wondering, and I'm thinking, I can only remember cancelling the AWS once. So I think it was green. If it was green, no problem. Because short-term memory, if everything's going normal, if everything's running to plan, your short-term memory isn't going to keep that information and pass it on to your longer-term memory. So, but if it was yellow, I'd be worried how the hell I missed it. Because that is something I should instantly focus on. Because when I come up, if I see that first signal as yellow, the first thing I do is start braking to reduce my speed. But I didn't. So, but that doubt was there. This was on a Saturday. So anyway, checked the report in the log when I got back to Cardiff, and it was saying that the signaller said I'd set the signal off as I went past the signal. Well, that's not what I said. And apparently that's not what the signaller said either. Didn't see anybody until Monday, but I did work Sunday, which again makes me think I haven't done anything wrong here. And I saw somebody on Monday then, and they said, yeah, we did the investigation and basically closed it out Saturday night. So why didn't you tell me? To save my mind. The first signal was definitely green. All clear, and I'm fine. My biggest fear is Alzheimer's. So I'm always on the lookout for early stages. Now, only one person in my family has ever had Alzheimer's that I'm aware of. But I'm always, I'm not worried so much for myself because I know that the people with Alzheimer's don't even realise what's happening. But I don't want to put my family through it, if you know what I mean. But yeah, all was good. I'm still of as sound mind as I ever was. So yeah, thanks for that. Okay, now, there's been a few games in this, our main Meister Highscore kerfuffle, that I played in the past but never got to grips with. The first one now is Zaxxon. Now, and up until it came as a challenge, I never got past the first boss. I never even got up to the first boss. But I finally got to grips with it. I got a decent score on it. My best ever. I could loop it 4 times, which is 4 times through the boss. It's very repetitive, gets a bit harder, especially with the fuel and the space stage where the planes will target you. But yeah, I pretty much picked it up. Same again for another game called Alien Syndrome, which I only ever played in the arcade in Liverpool. I had a few quick goes on MAME and on the Mister, but could never get past the first boss. Well, now I can. I did a stream for that one as well. Got up to the 3rd boss, but couldn't clear it. But yeah, getting used to it. No, I didn't get up to the 3rd boss in the stream because I kept falling off the bloody platforms in the 3rd level. But no, I've sorted that out now. So yeah, now, the reason things are late and delayed and why there's no stream last week was because a group of us went to Arcade Club in Bury. Travelled up on the Friday, caught the train from Cardiff to Manchester, tram then from Manchester to Bury, and walked the last 4/5 of a mile to the hotel. About an hour later, the main Meister, Alan Stewart, turned up with Craig, Flanagan and Wee Bob, and we went to our rooms. And then we came back down for We came down for a beer, went across to the local restaurant, which was cheaper, and had a meal, nice meal, Hunter's chicken, carvery, and we had more beer. Came back to the hotel, one more beer, and went to bed. Next day, then up for 11 o'clock, breakfast in the morning, up arcade club 11 o'clock. Didn't think we were going to be there all day because it's 12 hours, 11 till 11. I didn't even sit down until about 4 o'clock. And the hot dogs at the arcade club were just like I remember from the old day cinema. Juicy. Not today, they're dry as hell. They were juicy. So yeah, I had another one of them later on. 2 beers there over the day, not in one go. There's a lot of beer, yeah. It's not as much beer as it sounds, but yeah. We ended up leaving there at 11:15. Got a lift pack, so that was all right. But yeah, in there again, Zaxxon. I put 60,000 up on Zaxxon. I've got a video up of a walk around, so that's on my retro channel. I'll link to that. I'll link to that in the description along with my shout out video, along with my shout out channel. So yeah, there's no bloopers in these. The bloopers are in line. But yeah. I also got a personal best on Alien Syndrome, submitted that for the kerfuffle, and I did get up to the 4th level. Didn't get far into the 4th level, but got to the 4th level. Yeah, loads of games there, 4 floors of games. The 2nd floor was the noisiest, where they had all the pinball tables. Sadly, most of the pinball tables weren't working properly or were poorly lit, so you couldn't see where the ball was. But I had a few goes. Nice to get a few goes on a pinball, but it makes me realise why I prefer arcade games. They had a defender there to the highest setting. You couldn't clear level 1. Within about 3 seconds, you got beaters attacking you. Yeah, but it was nice. I mean, but the top floor was where it was all at. The top floor was where all the classic arcade games were, and that's where we spent most of the time. But yeah, that was a good time. A good time had by all. What are we up to now? Let's have a look. Oh, that's all right. I thought it was going to be a lot shorter than this today. So yeah, now, while we were there, Alan showed me his Pow Kiddie. Yes, there was nothing rude. There's nothing rude. No innuendo. It was a Pow Kiddie. It's a handheld console. And checked my finances when I got home and ordered one. So that's just been posted, or it's just about to be posted. Yes, Eddie, you're not going out. Eddie, you are not going out. So yeah, that's I got that with the 16 gigabyte operating system card and 128 gigabyte extra, which I'm going to start filling up as soon as it arrives. Got a black one. Nice. I like the black color. It's more aesthetic to me. So yeah, I will be making a video on that. I might even do an unboxing and a first playthrough. So we'll see over that. I also bought an SSD, a terabyte SSD for my laptop, because it was running slow with a 500. I got a 500 gigabyte, had a 500 gigabyte spinny drive in there. So to clone it across, nothing complex. Well, nothing complex to me. I used a Linux Live distro, booted into that, plugged in the SSD into using a caddy, used fdisk to find out the drive devices. I did a dd command, input file, if equals dev SDA, which was the drive in there. OF equals dev SDC, OF output file. Set it going with progress, status equal progress, so I could see how much was going. It took almost 4 hours, which I was expecting. I was expecting more actually, but yeah. I did a straight check the IDs, so everything was identical. Put the fresh drive into the laptop, which is not quite as easy on mine as it sounds. You've actually got to unscrew and take the back off. Did that. It all booted up first time. A little bit slower on the first one, because especially in Windows, it's a dual boot laptop. In Windows, it was actually figuring out the new device and see what else was there. But it boots in seconds now in both, and everything else runs so smooth. I'm clicking on something like Brave, my browser, and it's up there. It's not hanging around for about what feels like an eternity for it to load. Everything is just up and smooth and quick. It's like having a new laptop. So that's another good thing, a cheap laptop upgrade. So yeah, no, we're near the end of this vlog. And the last thing I'm going to do is a shout out to Down the Rabbit Hole Kev. Down the Rabbit Hole's channel. He does some amazingly funny videos, and I'm going to say, go watch him. Just go watch Kev, it's well worth it. I'm not going to give you spoilers. Go watch him. Australian guy, and he's funny. He's of course into a retro scene. So yeah. Now, and the link for Kev's channel is in the description, and that's my shout out of the vlog. Right, I'm running out. I thought that's enough for a while. I'm running out. I've only got 3 left in my list, but I'll make more. I'll make more, or I'll repeat others. So we'll go through that. Anyway, we're gonna finish off, always, with the Ukraine flag, because it's still going on there. America have just approved a massive package of aid to the Ukrainians, so that's a good thing. But yeah, come on, let's get some negotiation going and get this war. It's not going to be ended with conflict. It's not going to be ended with conflict. I don't think it's going to need negotiation. So that's it for now. Until the next one, take care of yourselves. See you in 3 weeks, or on a stream if you decide to join. Ta-ra now.